We are obsessed with identity. We want to be the tech guy, the fitness girl, the conservative, the liberal. We create these rigid boxers for ourselves and we call it having a brand. But in the game of power, a box is just a target. If I know exactly who you are, what you believe, and how you will react, I already own you. I can predict your moves, I can exploit your pride, and I can trap you in your own reputation. Today, we reach the final law of Robert Greene's 48 laws of power. Assume formlessness. This is the Grand Master level. To stand strong is the foundation here. To be formless, you must have a core so heavy and so solid that no matter how much you shift your outer shell, the foundation never cracks. Why is standing strong the only way this works? Because without a foundation, formlessness is just chaos. Weakness is the drifter. They have no shape because they have no core. They change for everyone. They are people pleasers with no spine. They aren't formless. They're just invisible. Strength is the fluid sovereign. You have a private, unshakable set of values. But your tactics, those change with the wind. You adapt to the terrain because you know exactly where you're going. Standing strong means your internal world is fixed, while your external world is fluid. Let's look at Sparta. They were the ultimate formed power. They had one way of living, one way of fighting, and one way of thinking. For a while, they were the strongest in the world, the move. But the world changed. New technologies emerged, new naval tactics were born, and the political landscape shifted. Sparta refused to adapt. They stood strong in their shape rather than their purpose. The result, because they couldn't change, they broke. They became a museum piece, a relic of a past age. Meanwhile, those who could assume formlessness, shifting their alliances and their styles of warfare, inherited the earth. They didn't stand strong in their foundation. They stood strong in their ego. And ego is always brittle. How do you apply Law 48 when every AI and algorithm is trying to profile and predict you? I always do it this way. The situation dictates the method. Publicly committing to a side or a label. Keeping your true opinions private. Acting as a bridge. Having a predictable scheduled pattern. Strategic unpredictability, la disasechi, change the rhythm. Do you want to build a personal brand box? Do you want to let your image prevent you from making a smart pivot? If your brand is the tough guy, you can't be vulnerable when a situation requires empathy. Stay formless. The OODA Loop: speed, observe, orient, decide, act. The faster you can cycle through these, the more formless you become. Your enemies will be attacking where you were, not where you are. Use form to hide formlessness. Appear to be following a pattern. Law 44. The mirror while you are actually preparing a completely different move. This is the end of the journey. 48 laws later, you might feel like you have to be a schemer or a manipulator. But the final lesson of standing strong is this. The most powerful person in the room is the one who needs the least from it. When you assume formlessness, you are letting go of the need to be right, the need to be seen, and the need to be understood. You are content in your own foundation. You are a sovereign of one. You aren't faking life. You are dancing with it. You adapt because you love the game, not because you're afraid of losing. That is the ultimate strength. Don't let the world pin you down. Stand strong in your core and be formless in your path. We've covered all 48 laws. This series was about rebuilding your foundation from the ground up. If you've been with me since Law 1, you aren't the same person you were at the start. So, what's next? Now that you have the laws, you need the philosophy. I'm starting a new deep dive into Stoicism versus Machiavellianism, how to be a good person in a world that isn't always good. Would you like me to show you how to apply these 48 laws with a clean conscience? Click the video on your screen to start that journey. I'll see you in the next chapter. Remember, Istanji stronger.